I made thousands using just one rule that 99% of traders completely ignore. And now I'm going to give you the exact rule, the setup, and show you how to apply it from tomorrow. No BS, no theory, just the real method that I use every single day. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why most traders lose money fighting against the market when they could be flowing with it instead. If you're taking trades against the daily bias, you're buying when institutions are actually selling, and you're selling when they're buying. So it's like trying to swim upstream in a river. It's exhausting and it's pointless. What's the biggest mistake I see traders make? It's that they nail the technical setup, but they completely ignore what the market actually wants to do for that day. Let me explain. Quite simply, and we have NQ on the screen here, we want to be identifying a trending market. A trending market is when we have clear high highs and clear higher lows following behind. And we can see here, during June and July, we had exactly that right up to where we are today. Once you've identified what your trend is on your lower time frame entry, whether it's the 15-minute, the 5-minute, or the 1-minute, it doesn't really matter. You only want to be trading in that direction. Now you can either target these previous highs, or you can target a previous session high if trading futures and you can't hold the trades overnight. Let me show you some trade examples. Now let's remember these 3 rules. Number 1, it's follow the 4-hour trend. So even when the market looks bearish like this, we don't want to let that small 15-minute move, it's 2 candles on the 15-minute time frame, we don't want to let that move throw us off the idea, which is actually buying the market. Rule number 2 is waiting for session-based liquidity and trading the New York session only, meaning between the hours of 6 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we want to be identifying where the nearest lows are in the market and waiting for price during New York to drive into that liquidity pool. If there is a session low nearby, like London, which had already been taken, or Asia session, which is waiting to be taken, that's even better, and that gives you your session-based liquidity. And lastly, rule number 3 is taking profits at either previous session highs like London high or New York high, or you can zoom out to a 4-hour structural high as long as the account you're trading allows you to do so. For example, a swing account or a personal account. Now let me run you through this first trade. I'll go back to the 4-hour chart just to explain the narrative once more. So we are pushing higher, leaving higher highs and higher lows behind. If we use a rectangle just to denote this latest 4-hour bullish range, and when I grab this across, you can see that price runs into this low, gives a bearish candle followed by a bullish 4-hour candle, showing no follow through to the downside. It's a clear rejection, and we're waiting for lower time frame confirmation of a shift back to the upside. We would only be looking for sells if we had a secondary confirmed lower low in the market, where we'd then be looking to continue that new downtrend. But we don't have that. So let's go to the 15-minute, and we can see here that run on liquidity on the New York session the day before, which actually was another valid entry. But we're looking at this day, which is basically New York lows taking out Asia session lows as well, a 15-minute retrace candle, and you could refine this in a 5-minute or a 1-minute if you wish, or just take it straight on the 15-minute, and a 2-to-1 is achieved by London highs, or if you can hold even higher, it actually comes and takes the 4-hour structural highs as well. Position number 2 is actually still within this 4-hour range, so we just extend this across until price reaches this, and trade number 3 is after. So let's keep this range box where it is. We're still expecting, following this bullish higher time frame trend, for these 4-hour highs to be ran. So let's run down to the 15-minute, and again, remember the rules. We want session-based liquidity of New York session. So is there a low nearby that we are looking to take out? Yes. Has the pre-session liquidity been already taken? Yes, it already has. So we're going off of the lows of that New York session from 6 a.m. till 9:30 Eastern time. 15-minute retrace candle here, and we can either target the New York highs, London highs has already been taken, or we can target the Asia highs, which also happens to be just resting slightly below the 4-hour structural high. So you get a 2-to-1, 2.5-to-1 out of that position. Now let's run into the last position of the video. So we've got a new dealing range here. We have a new higher high created, a much smaller one, but it doesn't mean we're expecting a market structure shift. We're still printing higher highs and higher lows, and we're still expecting price to continue. So as simple as that with higher time frame. Let's go down to the 15-minute again. And it's pretty much a repeat of the previous session. London has taken Asia lows. Pre-New York has taken London lows, but it did so before 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we wait for the New York low to be swept, which is here. 15-minute candle closure, stops below the low, and take profit at the highs of the day. Again, is the 4-hour dealing range high. It's the structural high. It's Asia highs. You can target London high if you want, but that doesn't give you a 1-to-1. You want to target something at least a 2-to-1. It gives you a 2.2-to-1 following the same rules that apply time and time again. Look, this one rule will change your trading, but only if you actually apply it. Knowing something, but doing it are two different things. If you want to see exactly how I determine directional bias across multiple markets, how I set my alerts, and to get the complete framework that I use to make 10K days consistently, I break everything down in my Traders Accelerator program. This is real mentorship with real support and real results. Spaces are limited. The program does close on capacity, but if there's a link below, then it means there are spaces you can apply for. And before you leave the video, make sure you subscribe. I've been uploading one video every single week since January 2025. And the more time that you invest into this channel, the more subscribers that I get, the more time and effort I'll be putting in to more content in the future for you guys to watch. I'll see you in the next one.